Meaning what?
Well, like clicking on the email you sent out.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to give people the opportunity to see it also through YouTube. But whatever. Let's see if I'm not sure if it's working.
But maybe you can tell them that they have to go to the email, that
Yeah.
it's not working.
Okay. Either way. So it says like this. So Kol Shekain, so the Rebbe says even surely this is the way it is in Torah. Vadesh Efshel Asigim B'derech Milmai Lamata, that we could also for surely see it the way it is from above down. Kloimer Lilkoi Tesenyanin Kfi Shein Beruchnius, to see the way things are spiritually. We should see things the way they are physically, and from there automatically we will see the way they are, understand the way it is. Start off, look at it, the spiritual, and we'll know how it is physical. Like it says in the Geras HaKodesh, that when we study the things spiritually, we'll understand how things will be in the material physically. So the Rebbe says like this, but the Rebbe says, however, we're not worthy of this, meaning to say, we don't know exactly how things are in every situation. So first we have to look at everything the way they are from this world, and from then to try to understand how it is by Hashem. To understand how it is by Hashem. So the Rebbe is basically saying is that if we're worthy, we would know how things are from a top down, meaning that we would know things from Torah. From Torah, we would understand surely that's the way it is in this world. But we're not Zaycha. Because we're not Zaycha, we're not worthy, so we have to analyze things below. And here the Rebbe is coming to our subject at hand, the Ari Miklat, the cities of refuge. So the Rebbe is like this. Kiderach shebegashmi is the same thing. Sayeu Ari Miklat leirak laharik nefesh b'shkaga. The Rebbe says rule number one is the city of refuge is not just for someone who killed someone by mistake. Kim gam laharik nefesh mezid. Even if someone kills someone purposely, intentionally, also they could run initially to the Ari Miklat. First, you run to the Ari Miklat, to the city of refuge, until the Bezdin does all their investigation in the court and the ruling. Then until it means, let's say someone killed someone, even intentionally. So you run to the city of refuge. Then you have your court case, and if you have to be put to death, you get put to death. If the Bezdin says you're not even worthy to stay in the city of refuge and you're going to have to hide from the family members, the Gol Hadam, the people that are trying to, claim the blood of their relatives. So that's what's going to have to happen. But until the court case, everyone goes to the city of refuge. And why? So until that time, Lo Yahargu B'intayim, that the Gol Hadam, the person who's coming to redeem the blood of his loved or her loved one, is not going to kill them. Kach Gam Ruchnis, so too is like that spiritually. Koltim Divdei Torah Gam is a Harg Nefesh B'mezid. Even if a person intentionally is a person that so to say, killed someone intentionally. Someone who does an avera purposely. Nevertheless, Torah is also a place of refuge for such a person. It's just like in the physical. That just like in the physical, the city of refuge is very wide to gather in any person that could run there. And also there was a signs that help a person in to tell them that where to run. That just to have wide roads is not enough. If this killer doesn't know where to run, so you could have wide roads, but if you don't know where to run, what's that help you? So we have to have wide roads, which means even though a public road needs 60 amas, meaning to say for the public to walk comfortably, we need 60 amas. Here, how many people are running to the Ari Miklat? One person, once in a while. How often do people kill people? So it's one person, and nevertheless, it's a double wide road for a public road, and it has signs that says Miklat Miklat. So Kach Gam Ruchni, so too spiritually. That the pathway to go to Torah is very wide, and there's many opportunities for a person to go study Torah. And not only that, there's the spiritual signs, because God gives us free choice. like it says further in Dvarim. I'm giving you today the good and the live and the good, and the death and the bad. If you're not going to give proper roads, the person may go left instead of right. May choose death over and bad over good. So God, so to say, stands there with a sign that says Miklat Miklat. Here's a city of refuge. He tells a person, go in the right way, in the right and the right. Choose life. The sign is like it means Hashem helps a person. Because the free choice everyone has, because a person can maybe choose the wrong direction. Therefore, we all need help from above. God shows that person. Miklat is a place to run. Go to the place of life and good. Even Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai himself said, I don't know what way I'm going. Even others. And especially a person who's standing in a dark space, a double dark space. We may not know which direction we're running. We think we're running to life and we're running to death. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to stand there with a sign saying, this is the direction to Torah. This is the direction to life. We need Hashem to stand there. So here the Rebbe is teaching us something that not always sometimes we think we're running to the city of refuge. We're not, running the wrong direction. So Hashem has to not only make wide roads, not only make the city of refuge, even for a person who intentionally is an Oved Aver, doesn't Aver, but Hashem still nevertheless has to create a sign to say this is the path to life. So if a person wants, how do you make sure that God's standing there on your road, in your life, telling you where to run? Maybe, how do we know that God's going to stand there for you? So he says, you also have to do that. God works with people, how you behave is how he behaves. If you want God to stand on your road and guide you where you have to run, so you have to go stand yourself on the road. Yehudim, for other Jews, they also don't know where to run. Which direction is life? Which direction is good? You have to run to them and stand on their road of their life and say, Miklat, Miklat, this is where the city of refuge is. Pani Yamina, turn right. To the proper direction, to the city of refuge. Miklat Megoyal Adam, run away from the person who's seeking your blood, who's the Satan, who sits there and tries to be a Satan and say words of kitrug. Run away from that person. If you're running in the wrong direction, you're running into his hands. Don't go to the left side. It's going to take you to Shaol, to the abyss, and to loss. The Rebbe says it's not enough that the Ari Miklat is that God stands for you on the road. If you want God to stand and guide you, what you need to do, sometimes everyone has safek, everyone has doubt. Everyone is in a place of the unknown. Even Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai says, I don't know what way I'm going. So if you want to inspire that God should stand there with clear signs directing you in your life, do for others what you want Hashem to do for you. This is the job everyone has. Stand on the pathways, especially the what do they call it? The split, where things are, where someone could go the wrong direction. And stand there, scream out, city of refuge, city of refuge. Show the person where they have to go. Notwithstanding, even though you yourself, the person may say, how could I stand on the road where a person could go the wrong direction and guide them? I myself am standing in a crossway. I don't know myself where I'm supposed to be. The Rebbe says, notwithstanding with that, that if you want to get direction in your life, you have to stand on the crossroads of other people's lives. So he says, You shouldn't be overwhelmed with the fact that you're also sitting in the precious in the crossroads, because specifically because of what you're doing for others. What you doing, what you have to do, Hashem is going to take care of you as well. And this is like he says, the Rebbe brings down the famous story from the Baal Shem Tov, a student of Baal Shem Tov. Like Reb Mordechai the righteous, said in the name of the Baal Shem Tov. We learned this story many times. Neshama Yeredus La'ilam, a soul comes down in this world, V'chaya Shivim Shmainim Shana, could live a life of 70, 80 years. Kedei Laseis Toivel Yehudi Begashmis, just to do a material favor for another Yid. Ubefrat Beruchnis, specifically, even spiritually. Kedai Eifei Lamed Kol Eis Prashas Drachim. So therefore, I'm telling you, the Rebbe says, stand on the crossroads of life. Kedei Lahiris Pam Achas Liyudis, maybe. You stand. This person says, "1 second, I'm going to stand on the crossroad." How many people are running to the city of refuge? Maybe I could stand the whole day. I could stand 70 years. No one's running my direction. The Rebbe says, you never know. The Rebbe says, "Kedai efilamet kol eis parshas drachim." Always find yourself on the crossroads of other people's questions. Kedei lahiris pamachas. Maybe one time it's going to be that you could guide a Jew, Yehudi saderach hamavilu mikol to Torah, to show the Jew, that person, their path to Torah. And when you do that, when you're ready to commit yourself, that's not, you don't care if it's a busy road or if it's a road that no one travels, but you stand there waiting on the crossroad just in case there's one person that needs to be guided. So the Eibishter is also going to do that in your life. God is also going to guide you to the path of good and the path of life. A person stands on a pathway of a crossroad of life. And he holds a sign that says Miklat Miklat. You don't even know if anyone's watching, if anyone's paying attention to you. You don't know if one person's paying attention to what you have to say. You don't even see a person. No one's walking on the road. That doesn't bother the person. You are like a sign standing there, showing the person where to run. Where is the city of refuge? Where a person could run and find refuge from the Yetzer Hara, miklat min Satan, to find refuge from the Satan. And the Rebbe continues, page 72. A person may feel, I've done nothing. I stood on the pathways I stood on the crossroads of life, trying to be there as a sign and guiding people, helping people possibly find their direction. And no one's walking, no one's paying attention. So the Rebbe says that doesn't make a difference. You have to do your job. You have to stand on the crossroads. You have to be there, available, to show Jewish people where the city of refuge is. And therefore, God, seeing that you're doing what you have to do, He's going to stand on your pathway and guide you how you have to go. Even if you are a person, he says, that is a servant of Elokim, and you haven't yet reached the level of servant of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Claimer, what does that mean? Even though you're an Oived Elikim, you're not Ovad, but you haven't yet become a servant. You're still in the process of becoming a servant. You yourself haven't perfected yourself. Nevertheless, you're still in the middle of your own work, or your own path. What does that mean? You're still in your own path. You also have struggles. You're also struggling with the Yetzer Hara. Not only have you not found any weakness, hey Lorraine, the Yetzer Hara in you is as strong as it always was. It hasn't weakened at all. The Yetzer Hara is coming even stronger. It says the Yetzer Hara becomes stronger with the more it's being used. So and it's chazik Yetzer behemshech hazman shenishtamesh by harbor b'achila v'shtiya v'shar nyan ya'olam hazeh. And it's being, the more you eat and the more you use it in worldly things, the Yetzer Hara gathers more strength. And he says, and the Yetzer Hara is there, and you may make, because of the Yetzer Hara, he may entice you to make the wrong choices. Nevertheless, God's going to stand there on the path for you to choose good and life. God is going to help you in the judges that are there in your life, the ones who are giving you counsel, that you should make the right choices. So the Rebbe continues. My father-in-law once said, what is the difference between the holy Baal Shem Tov, or the great scholars of the revealed Torah, meaning the Talmud and the law that were in his times? The great scholars of the revealed parts of Torah, they would come. The teachers were where they were, in their yeshivas or their cities, and the students came to study by them. The students would come to them to learn. Baal Shem Tov and his students, they didn't wait and say, listen, put out a kol korah. They put up signs, Meir Sharm says the Baal Shem Tov now resides in such and such synagogue and such yeshiva, and therefore everyone and anyone is welcome to come join. No, the students of the Baal Shem Tov and the Baal Shem Tov himself, they didn't wait for people to come to their yeshiva. They traveled different places that Jewish people found themselves. The Rebbe continues, there's an idea that's explained by the Alter Rebbe and his son, the Mittel Rebbe. The Rebbe says there's other explanations, and that's already been published. He says, for example, this difference is also in how we view the city of refuge. We said before, there's the way the revealed Torah sees the idea of the city of refuge, and there's the way the hidden secrets of Torah understand as the secrets of the city of refuge. If you look at it according to the revealed parts of Torah, so it says, you put up a sign on a beam or a stone that says city of refuge, city of refuge. That was enough. The stone didn't approach the person. The stone is there. The beam is there. The beam wasn't interactive. It just was a sign that someone who wants to go to the beam and read what the sign is, then they'll know what the sign is telling them, what the beam has to offer. If a person decided to stop and to leave and knows how to read, could read the sign and know what the sign has to tell them. So too spiritually. There's certain people. There's a person who may go to the pathways and of life. Climber Ben Yehudim Aimdim Precious Drachim. So there's some people who say, okay, I'll go. You want me? I'll go to the city of refuge. I'll stand there. You want me to, if you have a question, ask me. I'm there. I'm available for you. Right? You say, someone will be available from such and such time. So you do part of the effort. You go all the way down to the crossroads of life and available for someone to ask you if they want to ask you something. The Rebbe says yes. If you want to evaluate the person gave up their time. It's a self-sacrifice of their time for other people. You went to you actually got up and went to the crossroads of life to make yourself available. You haven't really changed. You're just standing there like a beam. So you could stand in the crossroads of life as a beam. And if someone wants to walk over to you, like they walk over to a telephone pole that has a sign, they'll look at it and say, okay, there's something here for me. I'll show you how you imrim, if you want technically, and if you look on the watch and you want to mark, yes, you went and you stood and all the things, time-wise, it means technically you did what you had to do. But Chassidus says it's not enough. Don't be a beam. You're not meant to be a beam. Be interactive. Be a person of movement. Be alive. Be warm. Don't wait for someone to come and ask you, what does your sign say? You have to be out there. You see another Jew. Maybe you could help them, show them the sign of miklat, of where the Torah is. Go out, run and engage that person. Don't let them wait for the person to come and ask you where you have to be. And you want to know, this is what the previous Lubavitcher Rebbe wanted with his students. In Saya, this is the Rebbe's teaching in the year 1952. The Rebbe's teaching already the ideas of Sichos, going out there. Lishfuas Misbar Likrai Miklat. The Rebbe would send out people on Sichos, especially the Bachrim would go out in the summer months. Show the place of life, show the place of good. That they should be people who are signs. People that are showing the way. But you have to be, don't be a beam, be alive. Don't be a beam of stone. That's just positioned, placed in the ground somewhere. Show everyone the path of the city of refuge. So it says like this. The Talmud tells us, and the Rambam brings it down, that this is the law. Always look that the world is mamish 50-50. Anything could happen, right? And yesh laharis is kol adam kinosim b'matziv shakal. You should always view yourself as your mamish in an equal situation, that any good deed or bad deed, for that matter, could tip the scale. One good or bad deed could switch the scales one direction. Yes, okay, more than that. Not just your life. Look at the whole world. The whole world is in balance. Anything could happen in any moment, right? What does it mean? Now he says, the Rebbe says even more, not just the whole world, that the whole world right now is in balance, the whole creation is in balance. All the generations to come and all the generations to before us and after us are all waiting possibly for one deed that we could do that could turn the scales one way or the other. The Rebbe says, when a young boy goes out to the crossroads of life, to show the way, the Karv Leiv B'nai Yisrael, to inspire and to bring close the hearts of the Jewish people, to the Father in heaven. Before you go out there, think the fact that the entire world, everything is hanging in a balance. Not just your life, not just the world, but all the generations before you and after you are hanging in the balance. Anything you're going to do could change how things are going to be for the future. Hold on a second, I got lost the place here. And any good deed, I think the printing mistake here, is Yavia Ish Yisrael, that is going to help bring another Jew. Asid Lachriya Sa'olam Kulei could turn the scales of the whole world. Don't be a standstill sign. Ki im shalt chai, be a sign, be a live sign. Go out with energy. Maybe you could be inspiration on someone. And not only that, it's not just a question of success, it's a question the whole world is dependent on that. Not just that you should be a sign available at the crossroads, but what kind of sign are you? Are you alive, or are you just standing there? Are you to be yaitza? So he says, and you have to go from one place to the next. When you meet a Yid, explain them. You have to, that the Jew has to know. So don't worry, no matter where you find yourself in life. Your whole life is in the balance. And even if he's a great sinner, you have to know, with one action, with one change of mind, you could switch the balance of your life in the positive. Mitzad, he says like this. Mitzad sheni. The other side, you have to explain him. I love the das, the person must know. You have to also tell them that the other side is, the flip side is, that maybe if you do one bad thing, it may go to the wrong direction. And therefore, he says, Chas v'shalom, God forbid. Mishum ha'bechira ha'chavshis, because you have free choice, you could choose whatever you want. Shnit l'adam, alul livchor v'chas shom b'ra, you can maybe make the wrong choices. Kach tzarchu lishamar v'lasas ha'mavi l'chaim, make sure you make the choices of life and good. And you should be there standing, helping the person how to make that choice. We have another, let's see if I have enough time to finish because we have to go. And the Rebbe continues along this line of the idea of Ari Mikla, but this is a very powerful idea. The Rebbe saying is, and to put it all in a nutshell, the Rebbe saying is that the idea of the Ari Mikla is in Ruchnius, is a person has to be themselves the sign that guides people in the crossroads of life. And even if you yourself are full of doubt and you yourself are full of the unknown, and you don't even know the direction, what's life and good for you, if you want Hashem to stand there and show you what you have to do, be available to show others what they have to do. And then Hashem will be Mida connected Mida. God will stand there for you as well to show you your path in your life, what you have, the choices you have to make. And the Rebbe says it's not enough just to say, okay, I'm going to, what do you want? I went and I traveled and I stood there and no one came to me. Go be aggressive. Be aggressive in a positive and a friendly way. But go out there, be alive, be friendly, be engaging. And if there's someone who doesn't want to walk over to the pole and see what the message is, go out there and engage that person and show that person the path of good, the path of bad. Show them how the world's hanging in balance, and any choice to make l'tov l'ra can be effective, not just for their life, but for the whole world and the past and future as well. All right, good Shabbos.